Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Mavericks potentially signing Mo Bamba, recently just waived by the Utah Jazz after the Jazz traded for him and PJ Tucker, sending Drew Eubanks and Patty Mills to the Los Angeles Clippers, as they also received a second-round pick. Basically, if you guys didn't know this, Mo Bamba got cut because of the Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade. Reason why is also, I feel like a lot of people don't know this because everybody talks about is Luka and AD and Lakers and Mavs. And I understand that, right? Because that's the biggest part of the trade. And that's all everybody wants to focus on. But it's like nobody even mentions that the Utah Jazz were involved in the trade. I mean, sometimes you just hear, oh, yeah, the Jazz were involved and they received a couple picks and received a really solid young player in Jalen Hood-Schifino, who was a first-round pick a couple years ago. And so, yeah, they were involved in the trade. I'm not saying it's never mentioned, but it's not talked about as much. And I like to go over everything in the trade. So Jalen Hood-Schifino was traded from LA to Utah. And since, let's look at this, Utah sends Mills and Eubanks to LA. They get Mo Bamba and PJ Tucker. And now they added Hood-Schifino. They need to clear a roster spot to let in Jalen Hood-Schifino, to get Jalen Hood-Schifino on the roster. And in order to do that, you got to cut somebody. They choose Mo Bamba. I would go with PJ Tucker, because that's what Utah is going to cut him anyways. I think Mo Bamba. I was excited for Mo Bamba in Utah because it's a contract year for him where he's going to try to make some money at the end of the season after the season's over in free agency. And Mo Bamba is going into free agency year, and this is a very bad Jazz team where he's going to get some good minutes and get some opportunity to play some good basketball and get some great minutes. And financially, that would be great for him because then he might get a way better payday than he would get before in free agency. But now we're not going to see that, and I think Dallas would be a great place for him because Dallas needs a center. They have AD, they have Gafford, they have Lively, right? So they don't really need a center, but as of right now, you got AD at the 4, and you got Gafford at the 5, and you got Lively who's out for another 2 months, and they just signed a guy named Kyler Kelly who's I think they signed him to 2A, and he's played a solid game in their game tonight. They're losing by 50. To the Cavs, but look, no Kyrie, no Washington, no Gafford, no AD, no Christie. Clay's the best player on the floor, and he's shooting 1 for 10. So I guess that shows how that things are going to go bad for Dallas, especially when you're playing the Cavs. But Kelly today is 5 for 6, 12 points, 8 rebounds, and he's a solid player. I just don't know about him being the backup big for the next 2 months. Like this Mavs team. I think if you're the Dallas Mavericks, you got Kyrie, you got AD, you got everybody else around them that they have, and maybe they're going to try to add more to this team throughout the trade deadline. If you're the Mavericks, you don't want to be a play-in team. They're the 8th seed right now in the Western Conference. It's kind of easy to get back in the top 6. You're going to have to if you're the Mavericks, you're going to have to pass the Wolves and you're going to have to pass the Clippers, and that might be hard, but it's possible. Do you want an experienced Kyler Kelly who just made his NBA debut to be your backup center for 2 months? Because Lively's not going to be back until the beginning of April. It's the beginning of February. And I think Mo Bamba this year has averaged 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, and 1 block per game, only playing 12 minutes per game for the Clippers, would be a good fit to be the backup center for the next couple months while Lively is not available. And so I just really, to me, I think Mo Bamba is a good fit for Dallas. I think, you get him some minutes with Kyrie, I think they'd have some good chemistry. Him and Kyrie would have a nice little pick and roll right there, which would be nice. And I think there are many ways that we could see, some good chemistry between Kyrie and Mo Bamba and the rest of this Mavericks team. I think he'd be a good fit. I really do. I do believe he'd be a great fit for this Dallas Mavericks team. And we'll see if it happens. I definitely look. Another thing that's key to point out is that Dallas in the Luka trade. I know it's a bad trade, but let's just go over this. They receive AD and Max Christie. They trade away Luka, Morris, and Kleba. That opens up a roster spot. So Dallas has a roster spot to go ahead and pick up. Mo Bamba. So there is an open roster spot for Mo, and we'll see what happens. I think there's definitely a chance it does. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.